Social media has been filled with talk of Amber and Johnny's trial, and while there's been plenty of comedy, there's also been a massive amount of distasteful humor and outright lies being spread around the internet. And while I don't usually care about distasteful jokes, SNL is being roasted right now because they did a skit about the trial and made some terrible jokes like how it's not a serious trial and they didn't even put an Amber character in it. I have a bunch of things to show off, but before we get into the topic at hand, if you enjoy the content that I create, please make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. Follow me on social media like Twitter or mine so that you can see when my content is posted. And of course, if you do really enjoy the videos and the live streams that I create, please consider becoming a Dark Titan via Patreon for just $1 a month, or support the channel via YouTube memberships. All of the links are in the description, and of course, I do really appreciate all of the support. Now, I'm not going to show the whole entire skit because it is 5 to 6 minutes long, but I am going to show a few select clips from it. So let's start from the beginning because right off the bat, they make a distasteful joke.
Oh, word? Objection! That still wouldn't prove my client is guilty of anything.
That's true, but I'll allow it because it does sound fun, and this trial is for fun.
Now, there it is right off the bat with that single joke. You can tell how this skit is gonna go. Now, I'm perfectly fine with jokes. I'm not even close to being a Karen, but didn't someone read this and go, yikes, this is gonna go over terribly? I mean, this has to be some of the most distasteful comedy I've seen regarding the trial. The judge saying this trial is for fun. It's not like they're both in the industry in upcoming movies. JD had his career annihilated, completely ruined because of accusations, and no one wants to work with him now while she's being accused of doing terrible things to him, yet she still got all of her roles because she's an attractive female, and we live in a time where people think that women can't lie. But Amber is a proven liar. She's been caught lying about the simplest things like a concealer palette, so you can clearly tell right from this portion of the skit whose side they're taking, and it gets even worse as it goes on. Again, the full skit was not uploaded to Twitter, but it was uploaded to YouTube, and people are pretty pissed off at Saturday Night Live over this. There's people on the YouTube video. The YouTube video is almost ratioed. Lots of people on the Twitter thread who are saying that this is just, it's not the time to be making jokes like this, and bad jokes at that. And towards the end of the skit, they do go after Johnny's character, the way that he acts, the way that he talks, and they go on to make jokes like this.
On one hand, I believe Mr. Depp's story, but on the other hand, your constant little smirk lets me know that this is not the first woman you've made so mad that she pooped in your bed.
I guess I have been known to be a full nightmare.
And there we have it. Of course, you will notice one major problem with this video. No matter where I click, no matter where I go, they didn't put Amber in it. They only put Johnny in it to mock the way he talks and looks around and just acts in general. If they had put an Amber character in it, then I think that less people would be mad about it, but clearly you can tell that this was one-sided. They didn't want to make fun of Amber, only Johnny. They are saying things like, judging by your smirk, this isn't the first woman who's pooped in your bed yet. What about Amber? Why didn't they make fun of the fact that through the whole trial, she's been copying Johnny's outfits, which makes her look like a complete lunatic? One day, Johnny's wearing a gray suit. The next day or the day after, she's wearing a gray suit. Or the bee tie, or the hair slicked back. I mean, there are so many things that you could make fun of. They could be making fun of the fact that she got in the bed and pooped in it. But no, of course not. Only Johnny. Johnny is like the only villain here. And of course, like I said, people are pretty pissed off about this. If we look at the likes to dislikes, it is almost getting ratioed, and this hasn't been up for very long. It went up about 2 a.m. today when I'm recording this video and posting this video, but it's almost ratioed. It's got 22,000 likes to 20,000 dislikes, and people are commenting things like, this sketch has to be the worst I've seen. There was so much potential. The writers dropped the ball. So much to work with. I sensed that they were so terrified to do the wrong thing with this sketch and be criticized that they dropped the ball on making it funny. I didn't find anything to be funny in this. I just felt like it was very flat humor. Maybe there are people out there who liked it, who thought it was funny. Maybe they liked this angle. I personally didn't. If they had put an Amber character in this and made fun of her as well, I think that, yeah, it could have been kind of funny if they had switched the jokes up slightly, but there was nothing funny about it. It's just one-sided comedy for one specific group of people. Man, they completely missed the mark on the lawyers from Amber's side. One of them literally objected to their own question. This is what people expected them to make fun of. The fact that the lawyers are running around objecting to their own questions, but no, they didn't want to do that because they didn't want to make fun of Amber. Because, of course, they want to paint Amber as the victim and the good guy in this situation, which is absurd. If we go on over to the Twitter thread, more people that are furious. The amount of people involved in SNL and nobody thought, hey, maybe this should be off limits. Over 2,000 likes. SNL is having a bad night. Hopefully the news desk will be funny. How have we as a society ended up getting here? Nope, nope, nope. This is beyond a terrible idea. Please read up on the full case and do better. People are commenting things like, God will smite you. What happened? My dog stepped on a bee. The dookie was funny, but it did not need to be here. There were so many things that Amber did and said also that could have been brought into this. But of course, they decided to just make this all one-sided. And even though SNL is defending AH, other people aren't, because the ongoing petition to remove her from Aquaman 2 has passed 4 million signatures. These are 4 million potential people that are going to boycott the new Aquaman movie. And we've heard rumors that they were going to minimize her role and that they were going to cut her screen time to only 10 minutes. It's just not good enough. That is 10 minutes too many. There are going to be millions of people boycotting this film, refusing to pay money to see it, and it's not going to go over well for them. The Change.org petition currently sits at right over 4 million signatures at the time of writing and continues to steadily gain more traction. Like I've mentioned, it was sitting at 1.8 million signatures before the trial started, so it's gained a few million in just a couple of weeks. Since the last milestone of 3 million signatures on May 3rd, the movement has gained another million followers in the span of just 11 days. The petition calls on Warner Bros. To replace Amber Asmera, citing Johnny Depp's $50 million defamation lawsuit. As AH is a known and proven DA, Warner Brothers and DC Entertainment should and must remove her from their Aquaman 2 film project. The aforementioned legal battle between the actors began in 2020. The Pirates of the Caribbean actor lost a liable case against the Sun, who ran an op-ed, of course, penning Heard, the victim, and saying that she suffered abuse at the hands of Depp, labeling him a wife-beater. Now, do I think that SNL is going to be the only organization making fun of this trial? No, I really don't. I think there's going to be a lot of people making fun of Amber, a lot of people making fun of Johnny. For me, it's distasteful simply because they only showed one side of the comedy, when on the other side, there's also things that Amber is doing that could be made fun of. But a lot of people didn't like this skit and think that it was absolutely terrible of them to release already. There's very few things I think that should be off limits in comedy, and this isn't one of them, but this shows their absolute bias by leaving out what could have been hilarious comedic shots at Amber as well as Depp. But that's all that I really had to discuss in this video. Let everyone know your thoughts in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed, please make sure to give it a like, share it, and subscribe to the channel. And of course, if you didn't, make sure to give it a dislike. I appreciate your support either way, but I will talk to you all again in the next video really soon.